Gaza and Ukraine are the two major battlefields of the new Cold War. Trump promised quick peace. The unfortunate reality is, Gaza ceasefire collapses. IDF is bombing again. On the Ukraine-Russia front, bombs and gunfire, blood and flesh. 30-day ceasefire evaporates. What about peace? Trump keeps beating around the bush, never straightforward with his true intentions. It is said that a king's words can make a country prosper, or, if King Trump has a real idea about peace, what is it? What is his real intention? He keeps everyone guessing. Just now, Trump's envoy to the Middle East and Russia, Steve Witkoff, was interviewed by the top media personality of the Trump party, former #1 star of Fox News Tucker Carlson, revealing to the world for the first time his true thoughts on Putin, Russia, Ukraine, the UK, and Europe. Witkoff is a close confidant of Trump, presidential special envoy. He chaired Trump's inauguration committee. Before Trump took office, he was appointed as the special envoy for Middle East negotiations for the US-Russia talks in Saudi Arabia. He is one of Trump's 3 representatives. As Trump's special envoy, he went to Moscow to meet Putin. This interview was the first public appearance after Witkoff's trip to Moscow. His outspokenness was explosive. It also shocked the world. Witkoff said, "Trump is eager to restore US-Russia relations. We need comprehensive economic cooperation and end confrontation." He agrees with what Putin said. Ukrainian state sovereignty is not legitimate. It is a pseudo-state. He recognizes the so-called referendum the Kremlin manipulated, and says that the people of the 5 eastern Ukrainian states prefers Russian control and therefore should belong to Russia. He also questioned the world. How long will it take before recognizing the occupied territory as Russian territory? About the reasons why Putin's Russia launched an aggressive war, Witkoff overstepped by far Trump's previous line, asserting that Putin started the war only to protect the Russian people and defend the Russian territory inside of Ukraine. He questions why everyone turns a blind eye to all that. NATO's eastward expansion and Ukraine's sovereignty and independence both threaten Russia. Putin is so rational that he did not swallow the whole Ukraine, but only takes 5 Russian states. Witkoff criticized British Prime Minister Starmer. Said Starmer advocated an international coalition of the willing of peacekeeping forces to enter Ukraine. It's nothing but pose and posturing. The British and Europeans are simple-minded. They misjudged and blamed Putin and Russia. We already have NATO. Why do we need to set up another one? It has no real meaning. This is the first official comment on the UK-EU plan by the Trump administration. So everything is quite clear now. Trump uses both soft and hard tactics, abandoning the alliance and betraying Ukraine, only wanting to save Russia in a roundabout way. But trying to cover it up only makes it more obvious. They cannot hide the truth. Witkoff simply went all out to admit it directly, no longer pretending to be fair and neutral. Under the guise of negotiation tactics, Britain and Europe cannot rely on the United States, forced to aid Ukraine and defend themselves independently. The two policies in the EU and global allies are gaining wide support from all sides up and down. Witkoff's statement on behalf of Trump shows that Trump is not willing to be excluded by allies, and in the meantime, refuses to live up to judicious obligations and responsibilities. He uses various excuses to make things more chaotic, tearing down the pillars of US diplomacy, losing credibility in the world, and having the United States marginalized. What shocked the observers the most was that Witkoff praised Putin lavishly. He said he liked Putin very much. Putin is super smart, elegant, and sincere. Definitely not a bad person. He said that after Trump was shot last summer, Putin went to the church to pray for Trump and ordered a painting of Trump as a gift. Trump was deeply moved. Several assertions made by Witkoff were debunked. All are much worse than Trump's. He said that the Ukrainian army in Kursk was surrounded, facing annihilation. Debunked. He said that the occupied territories held a referendum. The vast majority of people chose to accept Russian rule, but the facts and illegitimacy have long been exposed. He said that the residents of the occupied territories all speak Russian. The truth is, Ukrainians in Russian-speaking areas never supported Putin and Russian occupation and rule. The US is holding talks in Saudi Arabia with Ukraine and Russia. Witkoff is still the main negotiator. He is the only Trump aide who was personally received by Putin. At present, even if a ceasefire occurs, it will not last long. Peace is difficult, almost impossible. The causes of the war: Ukrainian sovereignty, European security. These major life or death issues. There is no agreement among the parties. And absolutely no possibility of compromise. Putin only wants to legalize the occupation. And to survive this self-inflicted imminent economic collapse. Trump only wants to save Putin. Make allies obedient. Let Ukraine accept its misfortune. Allies only want to save the alliance. Prevent aggression and contain the war. Protect Europe's security and stability. Ukrainians just want to survive. And save their homeland. Ukraine, the UK, and the EU help each other. Rejecting Putin and Trump's bullying. Ukraine, the UK, and the EU are in danger and face a desperate situation. They can only make compromises. A battle of wits and courage with Putin and Trump, playing along at the negotiation table, while fighting desperately on the battlefield, pushing back the enemy to protect their land. At the same time, they are appealing to universal justice. The desired result, of course, it would be to trade time for land and breathing space. Taking back the self-defense capabilities taken away. Post-World War II and post-Cold War. A few words about Gaza and Witkoff. Gaza ceasefire. Mainstream media attributed all the credit to Trump. This is completely inconsistent with the facts. And completely unfair to Biden. In fact, the process and outcome were so flawed that it finally collapsed. Witkoff has been a real estate agent in New York City, buying and selling properties. As long as the deal gets done, that's all. No matter what happens after him. What do you think? Comments, doubts, and questions are welcome. If you enjoy our channel, please subscribe and forward to others. Thanks for watching Zindom USA. See you next time.